them. However, for Astralis, things have suddenly got a lot spicier, a lot more challenging for them. X7-1, that puts them a game ahead. Bifrost 1, tying them up with Astralis in game wins right now. Lose this, and next week games get very, very scary indeed.
What I'm hearing here is Vanir stakes 0, Astralis stakes through the roof. All of your opponents around you have won their games today, so you definitely want to be moving further up that chain. They might still have a chance to catch up with the second place. Only 2 wins away, only 3 games remaining. They still have a chance to reach that second spot. Mind you, first and second seed in the NLC playing the upper bracket, meaning you have a second life. You lose the first best off, you fall towards the lower bracket, but you're not instantly out.
Of course, eyes beyond playoffs as well for some of these teams. There's that potential prize, that honor of representing the NLC at EU Masters, and that involves...
that's immeasurable.
Indeed, of course it is. And that involves, you know, getting towards the upper end of those playoff standings. You need to be finishing at the very least top 2. Of course, not quite sure where seedings and stuff will lie with the Amazon EU Masters as yet, but at the very least, you want to be pushing right towards that top 2.
Right, moving into this particular game and seeing Astralis' composition again, here is the blueprint of Astralis. Get Taxa onto a ganking, proactive, early game jungler. Done. You have the Volibear. Get Senkirks onto a either scaling mid or a mid-jungle duo you can play through. Done. You've got the LeBlanc, which is a skill matchup into the Ahri. But honestly, when it comes to trades, it's usually favorable towards that LeBlanc, because with LeBlanc, you usually want to trade into taking Ahri's life away, meaning you push the further back into lane, meaning you get to bleed your pressure first, together with your proactive jungler. Now, get Chrisberg onto a hyper carry down the bot lane. Done. Allow Carlson a safe weak side pick.
Ignite's available! Ericsson has to flash. The root's in, but will there be a final auto? Needs a Q! First blood solo for Senkirks.
Solo Bolo coming in for Senkirks. We don't need no junglers up in here. Both him and Buckland with the solo kills on the LeBlanc this season. And again, this is a skill matchup where when LeBlanc constantly trades into you, chipping on your HP bar, these trades can come through the wave and actually take away your whole bar. And Ericsson blows his flash, blows his teleport. Remember, Taxa is used to ganking early, and now there's no flash on this level 3 Ahri.
Exactly that, and Astralis have made a career this split of making playing mid lane an absolute hell. Everybody turns up mid at every opportunity. You've just blown flash, you've just blown teleport, and you've got a Nautilus and a Volibear who will be looking to roam mid at every given opportunity. Ericsson, this is not a particularly healthy place to be in.
Oh, level 4 now for the Renekton, level 3 for Carlson. He needs to be very careful because Kraox is actually shadowing the top side for Dreampool right there. Aragon mentioned it as well. This matchup does favor, it's a skill matchup, but it does favor Renekton up until level 12 or 13. Then the items start scaling a little bit more for Fiorans, does get the edge. But if you put the Renekton ahead in the early, she'll have a much harder time catching up. Now Taxa, of course, we mentioned it. No flash onto Ericsson.
Flash! Thundering! Smash! Udyr wishes he could slap like that pair. Another kill to Senkirks.
Man, sometimes I wish I could ask for $1 million for it to fall on my head, because there's 3 things that are certain in this life. Death, German taxis, and Taxa ganking you level 3 and level 4.
He and Diamond Prox have taken a particular, you know, they've basically made their whole career this spin about that, let's be real. Kiba, though, looking for potentially a little angle in here, but Kraox is around, and of course with the passive, could mean problems for Kiba. He's been ignited. Kraox now looking for a potential angle around the angle, flash away from Kiba, alongside the heal from Chrisberg. Ugly stuff from Astralis spot lane. We're not ready for that.
Yeah, I think Kiba got caught in all of the min wave as well. So you got creep block right there. Took one too many auto attacks from Merps. Ignite blown from Zaremba for double summoner from the side of Astralis, and Kraox was shadowing, of course, because that wave was being pushed. So you want to minimize the chances that your bot lane will get punished. Kiba again getting caught by the passive. Only one more shot would have stunned Kiba in place. Now Taxa yet again hovering around that mid lane. You know that the pink ward is there. Taxa does not have the flash available, And Ericsson is very close to getting his Spirit Rush level 5 for now.
May well be needing it. Of course, still no flash in either of these mid laners, but Ericsson definitely on the worst end of these trades. A solo kill and then the gank in mid lane has met this Ahri a long way behind in this. LeBlanc on the other side, a champion that's fallen out of the presence that they were in before. Very much in the ascendancy now in this game. Hops forward with the distortion, doubles it up with the Mimic. Has got the ethereal chains on, but here comes Vanir to try and punish, but straight back to the initial start. And nothing more to be seen.
And that was so important for Zaremba and Krayox to be there. The fact that Ericsson is sitting more than an entire wave behind. You see Senkax, instant level 6. He takes the engage. He takes another one level 6 now for Ericsson.
Charm, but now Astralis are mid lane. What a surprise. And both of these teams have tried to make a 3v1 happen, neither of which have entirely succeeded as yet.
Yeah, top lane for now. It's a handshake. Both junglers have been pinged. Krayox slowly but surely actually shadowing the movements of Taxa around the map. Taxa, of course, being one step ahead right there on the ganks and on the Scuttle Crab, which is going to be a big fight for.
Teleport's coming through from Carlson, but it means he's not actually around here as yet, and that gives Krayox the opportunity to take away that Scuttle Crab. It's a small win, but a win it is nonetheless. And Dreampool in that part of the matchup, this kind of pre-level 13 point where the Renekton certainly has the advantage, at least according to Aragon, and I trust his opinion when it comes to high-level Renekton matchups.
Pretty much his favorite champion, is it?
One might say, I believe he said he was 500 games into the champion this
Okay, pretty much an OTP then?
Yeah, the guy knows Renekton. Certainly knows the breakpoints is kind of his go-to as Merbs is in ambush, maybe looking for a little bit of play. And there's that phrase you've been saying all day long, it's me, and I've been hiding.
See, I haven't said, listen, I haven't said a single time this game.
This game?
Yet.
The one time we go, okay, anyway, Charm onto Senkax is my slight frustrations with that phrase begin to haunt me here as it's double distortion forwards, not punished, but the electrocute comes through nonetheless, and the lost chapter advantage for Senkax proving its worth right now, and we're left with a game that, after those initial explosive moments in mid lane, has stalled for a moment, but Zaremba in this mid lane looking to see whether there's something to be found onto this LeBlanc, but turns out to be very little indeed.
Very nice. Taxers hovering around middle as well. The Astralis bot lane have solved in an entire wave, which means they can also move towards middle. And Zaremba has been around that mid side for the longest time. Now, the fact that Ericsson fell behind, the team makes sure that he cannot be further punished. He's already down 2 kills. Now, this is the Astralis special, baby. We're going to rotate the entire team through the map. We're going to leave Crispec in the mid lane, and we're going to fight this Rift Herald, this time Vanir. 5 men in the river.
On the other side, you have a Renekton who's not turned up yet, but will have the ultimate available, ready to roll.
Oh, there he
Watch
is.
the R button, looking to get in. Not a lot of Fury stacked as yet. Just waiting. Fury of the Sands. There's a turn around for the Rolly Bear there, trying to play this one out, but there's the ultimate in turn! Herald goes down, no idea who secured it is yet for the damage. Onto Astralis, pretty extreme. A 1-for-1 right now, Senkax gets the chains, but right now the health bars are falling, trying to ward Astralis off this eye. So lower Astralis, but Crispberg with the HP bar advantage will allow Senkax to get in onto the eye and get that one for Astralis. A 1-for-1. But they still get the Herald to Astralis.
Very nicely done right there from Taxa. Dives in with the ultimate, secures the Rift Herald. Very important when there are lanes with a bunch of wave clear like Ahri in the mid lane. You need that Rift Herald to break the tower open. Then again, you see Astralis, they're forcing themselves 5 man into the choke point. That really does hurt. Had that Brom just been level 6, but he's not. Renekton, though, is enough for this choke point to force the HP buzz of Astralis low enough to the point where they back off. But look at all this work that Crispberg has been doing, chipping away slowly but surely, auto attack per auto attack, to the point where Vanir had to back out. Senkax dives in, grabs the Eye of Herald, and he can very selfishly now use it for himself in the mid lane, because he's the one holding it.
They might have been doing that anyway, let's be real, with the way this team has been playing, but either way...
There's no chance for your jungler to not use it, man.
Well, exactly, you can control this yourself. Dreampool, of course, a little late to that play, but still doing just fine in this matchup for now. But unfortunately, you know, the rest of the map falling apart a little bit. That Herald inventory, as we said, in Astralis, this was a big game for them in a lot of ways. A match against a team no longer in playoffs. With next week's games becoming increasingly important, with a lot of those playoffs teams really ramping up. Seeding still to be decided, and this game could really, really impact that. None of the Dragons thus far this game gone down, and they may be thinking about doing it, but Taxa instead Just having a look around to see whether there's an invade available to him.
Oh, look at that though. Taxa is not sneaking in alone. He's bringing in his team with. Now, what I really like on what Senkax has done here is he has completed his boots. That means you get more movement speed. That means you get to be first on the play. Plus Magic Pen.
Comes out of the invis, will get the stun, tries to buffer it out with the dredge line. On the other side, it's a charm onto Tax, who's being pulled towards the dragon, and an inexorable doom. Smites for HP, and that means Ericsson still gonna get in, get out. Kraox, as has often been the way with this pairing, looks for a reset, that mid-jungle. They get one, they can keep running further. And Vanir win this skirmish and earn themselves a dragon.
That was a little bit of an overreach. I'd like to see the fight with Taxa and Senkax again, because I felt like Senkax just did not do enough damage while Taxa was trading his HP bar onto two people right there. So I'm not sure if he had blown all of his spells, maybe in the mid lane wave. We'll see it right here. He is missing a bunch of mana. The wave is not pushed necessarily. And as you can see, auto attack. There's a Q, a W. No chain though for Senkax at all.
In the mid lane, I don't know. Either way, didn't work out there. And it does mean that Ericsson gets to dive in, get the reset, and get out. Spirit Essence passive doing just fine there to heal the Ari up as she went in very aggressively. Herald Summon mid though, but he's now turned around as Merbs gets knocked up by the dredge line. Flash in from Kiba, being incredibly aggressive, but the turnaround now from Merbs is pretty extreme. Zaremba running out of HP though, must try and run. Puts up the door, but Chrisberg will not be denied. The burst fire looking more like full auto at this point. Topside, Carlson parries away the ruthless predator, avoids the spectral maw and gets to walk out of danger.
So botlane gets a 2v2 kill, Carlson avoids a gank, and in the mid lane, Senkax getting all the plating.
Here come the members of Astralis, try and punish it to 2v3 coming up. Ericsson roaming, but he's going to be too little too late. A Sky Splitter comes through on top of Kraox's head. Nearly with the ultimate, won't need to pop it. But now the HP bars, maybe Vanir thinks there's an angle to turn around, but no, it'll just be walking away for now.
Very nicely, well played right there. Taxa pops the Q, but Kraox walks out of distance and Trimple slice and dices through the wave, meaning that Q goes on cooldown without resetting by LCC ability. Carlson though against 3.
He's got himself a lunge and a flash and a prayer at this point. Lunges away, still got the riposte. Must gain this right. There it is, flashing now, but he's gonna get stunned by Braum's passive, and concussive blows put down the Grand Duelist.
And finally, the manager pick on the map is going to be towards the side lane, weak side of Astralis on Carlson, but they had to get 3 members up the top side of the map. Kiba now in the mid lane, they're looking at Ericsson. He does have his ultimate up and available, but mainly, you open up that mid lane, you instantly unlock LeBlanc on the map.
But now Astralis, with the plays and the resources committed top, look to try and punish bot. Merbs throws down a control ward just in time to spot Taxa walk into the dry brush. He'll throw down his Q and try and ambush his way out to safety as Dreampool secures a second plate. Vanir now turning up towards this bot lane will ensure Merbs can stay around this tower, but plates were traded.
2 tower platings have gone down in bot lane, 4 tower platings in the mid lane, and Kiba might get caught.
Flash for the Winter's Bite, gets knocked up with the dredge line, but the passive is on. Must try and escape Glacial Fissure, I apologize, puts down. No Lissandra in this game, if I get my ability names right. Chris Berg still free firing, does a lot of damage. Gets out of dodge now, and I believe that ultimate will time out shortly.
That's casually against a Viego with a mythic item, and this Zeri doesn't have any. So you can imagine how obnoxious this champion will be later on when there is no true tank on the side of Vanir. The tankiest member that you're going to have is going to be Zaremba on the Braum while the shield is active. Everyone else will just melt to the Zeri.
Ericsson in a lot of danger.
What?
Popped. What? More like a bubble than a human being in that one. Utterly disgusting. 3-0, Luden's complete, and Senkax takes his moment to strike.
You know what? We're gonna have to ask the production for next week to find us who has the most solo kills on LeBlanc between spring and summer. I think if we take spring, it's gonna have to be MNS, because he played a lot of LeBlanc and it was the first champion he doubled up as well. But we had Backland with 3 solo kills, Senkax with 3 solo kills. Screw the solo kills.
His verse is a Dominus, gets the stun though. Gonna get stunned in turn, and Dreampool gets the kill and will get out of dodge for now, but Senkax roaming up. Kraox has stolen the body of this Fura. Senkax dashing forward because he's got the ethereal chains, gets the kill. That's a 4th for him.
4-0 for Senkax, and again, The blueprints come through. Taxa, mid lane gank, onto Ericsson after he lost his flash. Senkirks using his advantage over and over again. Senkirks might be getting caught here. There's two members of Vanir. He just used his W. It's just around by Kraox.
No ult yet.
2 levels down and 4 levels down from the side of Vanir. Can they actually catch him?
I think they wait for the recall. They're going to see whether he's shopping. Spirit, Spectral Maw, throwing a flash! Stun! And they've got the passive on. Double distorted down. Can they get close enough to secure the kill? They will not make it work. The cooldowns came off, and Senkos doesn't even need to pop his flash. Taxa gets the Rift Herald, and we'll get out while all that was happening.
Ooh, that was very close, but unfortunately the levels deficit right there. 5 levels down for Zaremba, 3 levels down for Kraox right there. The difference in HP bars and damage that you do at this point are enormous. And Kraox did not have, unfortunately for him, his ultimate up and available to try and assassinate that LeBlanc. Talking about that LeBlanc coming in with a Luden second and needlessly large rod for the next fight, which is going to be a second
Ericsson
dragon.
goes over the wall, but it's been dredge lined. Sorry, depth charged. I'll get that ultimate right now, but Ericsson with the ultimate down, but Taxa down his as well. Hopping forward, looking to punish this volley bear. Throws down the Q, surviving. Chrisberg, lightning crashes his way into the fight. Those Remember takers so low, goes down, and Senkos picks up his 5th. He's been dominating this game from start to finish, and he'll win this one for Astralis as well.
Yeah, and this is going to be the dragon for Astralis as well, taking away the streak of 2 from Vanir, going to secure the first one. And honestly, this is looking more and more green for Vanir. Carlsen is fancying his way through that wall, might find an aggressive Crocodile together with Kraox onto the Viego. He's going to choose not to jump. But then again, Astralis, the 2 carries are coming online. Senkirks, 5, 0, and 1. Luden Seko needs a large rod. He's going to be very close to what I'm assuming is going to be a Shadow Flame. Second item, looking down to Chrisberg. Item and a half on an ever-scaling late game Zeri.
Like, Senkirks has got Ignite, he's got Distortion, he's just gone!
Oh.
Goodbye, sweet rat. We knew thee well.
Hello.
A moment of levity after the barbarity we witnessed there. LeBlanc might have fallen somewhat out of favor, but Senkirks is piloting the champion with practiced ease. This player has been really stepping up as the split has gone on. The Akali games, the Silas games, now this LeBlanc game. Truly spectacular stuff.
Honestly, can I say it? I'll say it. I think the name change was a buff. Going back to Senkirks gave him back the ability to pull the shenanigans on the map. Talking about shenanigans, of course. 4 members of Astralis strong on the top side of the map, trying to open that tier 2 as well. Possibly when you open it, you can pull up a fight too. That LeBlanc is so strong. It literally counts like 2 members right now. Look at Senkirks.
Oh, joint highest level on the map alongside Dreampul's Renekton, but I am definitely more worried about the 6-0 LeBlanc than I am about this Renekton right now in the game. I wonder whether there might be a transition away from a Shadow Flame towards something like a death cap at this rate from Senkirks. He's certainly feeling it.
Hey, screw that. Why not Magi's?
Right? I'm sure somewhere out there Nymera approves. As it stands, though, Scuttle Crab will be secure for Vanir, but that is a paltry victory as Merbs does step up to this wave. Last time we saw how that one went.
Oh,
no Ignite this time, though.
-1. You can't have everything.
Yeah, missed the cannon.
That's unfortunate, but it gives a little bit of time to Vanir to push in that mid lane. Senkirks does not sport the teleport. As a summon spell, he's going for the Ignite. He's going
It's only
for
played off right now.
And it has been to his advantage, this game. Of course, now that the rest of Astralis are on the map, he can take his reset, come back with whatever we expect to be his second item, which is going to be that Shadow Flame. Of course, the second the Braum pulls up that shield. It's going to be really difficult.
Little tricky. Has bought the stopwatch as well. And of course, this is part of the deal with LeBlanc, is eventually she sort of transitions from being a sort of all-in champion to being more of a poke option, using that R cycle with the Qs best she can, and definitely heading towards the point where that's going to be an option as Astralis stepping into this bot side, looking to maybe punish Vanir, and they're definitely more members strong right now, as in fact the entirety of Astralis are looking to try and converge on this tier 2.
Yeah, and they brought the entire team. Taxa's diving.
Sky Splitter and Stormbringer together, used by Taxa to turn off the tower, and this tower, not long for the world. Vanir can just watch, really, and wave the structure goodbye. The ethereal chains land onto Zaremba. Chrisberg, Spark surges forward, but the door goes up, or in this case, the metal chair will survive for this time.
I feel like I need to see a little bit of a better macro right here from Astralis. That the LeBlanc is so strong that she can't stay on a side lane on her own. use her as a split push tool. Yes, it doesn't have the ignite, but right there, you can take mid lane, shove it in. The rest of the bot, or the rest of Astralis can be in the bot lane, pushing that tier 2. Be a little bit faster on the map. It's a 5,000 gold lead right now. This LeBlanc cannot be matched with 1 or even 2 members. Plus, even if she did, she's so slippery that she can get away. Now, of course, for Astralis, the next objective is going to be possibly getting another dragon, stacking
would
them up,
imagine.
finding the next victim for LeBlanc.
Still a little bit of time before that just gives us a moment to breathe, and this Fiora fallen a little bit in the laning phase, but very happily still in the game at that level 13 mark, and who cares? We've got LeBlanc this fed, and we'll maybe have a quick look at the NLC. Durotan excited for NLC Lotto. I hope you've had an exciting day. That's some nice squitches under a very pleased doggo's face.
Honestly, he looks very pleased with
Doesn't he?
today's games. We're very pleased as well. We had upsets, we've had clean games, we've had dominant teams. That's what we want to see right before we hit that EU Masters initialize.
Oh yes, and we've got about a minute or so until the Dragon. I hope this will prove exciting enough for Durotan, the very fluffy dog indeed. And of course, it is another Hex Rift. We've had a number of those today. About a minute just shy before that one comes through. Cryox is around, but will not be able to get a hold of the Skullcrap. Was maybe just haunting that bush to see where there was an angle to steal. Can't quite make it work though.
I just love to see Senkux put into a lane with Ericsson.
Oh.
That's exactly what we're looking to see.
Ask and you shall receive. A single sigil of malice is enough to make Ericsson sweat as Dream Pull popped Dominus. Carlson maybe looking to trade this one back out, but the ultimates have been popped. Carlson trading this one back pretty well, though, and the grand challenge has been thrown down and forced a Dream Pull to flash out. He did not want to accept that gauntlet. Senkux now in the blue side jungle. He is a raid boss at this point.
Yeah, and the only lane that was supposed to snowball was a top side. Vanir might be looking for a 4 versus 4 fight here, though.
Might have to try, but I don't know whether it's going to be too little, too late. Stormbringer comes through, teleport coming after as well. Good charm, and now the turnaround TP might be enough. Remember, there's no dominance. And already Chrisberg gets Ericsson. Well, can they turn around to Chrisberg, though? Who's trying to run away, throws down the heel, running as fast as they can. Dreampool gets one, but we're going to get more. Senkux over the wall. Zaremba so low. Chrisberg dodges the Spectral Maw. An ethereal chain means the Zeri cannot be touched. Senkux helps keep the Zeri alive as she dodges, dips, ducks, and destroys the enemy team.
And we know if you let Senkux and Chrisberg go to late game untouched, they're going to run away with the game. Chrisberg, beautiful movement in this team fight. Senkux making sure that he not only does the damage, but also protects his AD carry. Astralis are going to take away every single sign of life for Vanir, and this Baron, which will then allow them to use that on the Fiora, on their LeBlanc on a side lane, as well as a 3-man core to push another lane. The 1-3-1 may commence, or the 1-4 even.
The challenge from the other playoffs teams was thrown today at Astralis. They were the last team to play, and a lot of their rivals put on some exceptional performance, and Astralis are looking to be their match right here. What a series of plays.
Honestly, that was a pretty good engage. Walking through a choke point with Braum passives all over you is very difficult, but Senkux sees the target. Ericsson is the target onto that array. He takes him down. And look at that. He hovers the wall, makes sure that he helps Chrisberg, keeping Vanir members split between either moving forward or backwards. He's going to drop the chain down onto the Renekton and then help finish off the rest of the fight. Chrisberg was kept safe by the LeBlanc right there. And honestly, the team fights we've been seeing from Astralis are looking better and better the later the season gets.
And let's be fair, that fight might have looked very different if the game wasn't so incredibly snowballed and that LeBlanc wasn't increasingly looking like the next Dark Lord. Good Lord, so much damage, so many items, and so much damage coming straight over the wall. Quite as much as I expected because the door was put up just in time. No entry allowed quite yet. But now with Baron, with Dragon, and a minute and a half to play with the purple buff on, Astralis can really put the nails in this game.
I love what Senkux is doing right here. He's hovering between mid and top.
Oh,
if Carlson
no.
Ericsson's ultimate is gone. 3 members from a near top side.
Carlson might have overstepped a little bit, though, trying to trade this one up best they can, but the charm will land and Kraus will secure that. But now Astralis have turned up to try and turn this around and avenge their top laner. Stormbringer thrown down, flash out from Kraus, trying to trade this one up best they can. Dream Pull in with the Dominus. Vanir staying alive. Taxa is still as well, though. And all the while, the wave is still in, and Vanir, yes, they're a member to the good, but their health bars are certainly not. Dream Pull is pulled to his death. Kiba flashes forward. He will never go back. Ericsson takes the wrong end of an electric trade from Senkux. He was legendary. Continue to hop forwards. Chrisberg gets another, as does Senkux. And just like that, The game is done, and Astralis continue to reach for the stars.
There is no one on the side of Vanir to stop them. 25+ second time as an Astralis are marching in with an entire bound-up wave.
In a league where our mid laners have put on an extraordinary split, Senkux throws his name in the hat once more. What a LeBlanc game from the former LEC player. What a performance from Astralis, who managed to push themselves further into those playoff standings.
Honestly, very, very